when we start looking at expanding something to the sixth power, to the fifth power, or something like that, you just got to pay attention to the patterns that are forming, and you can kind of see. I mean, there's some clear patterns that you're not going to get much help in terms of the very beginning, the easy stuff. You got the 1s, you got the 12x, and so we got to look into what follows. Now, all of these are x squareds, and all these are x to the thirds. So you really have to look at how that 2 is going to impact the process. And when you're talking about the sixth row of Pascal's triangle, you know, we just did 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. You may or may not remember that part of it. But even if you don't, you got to work your way up by starting at 1, 3, 3, 1, or whatever. You're just adding two numbers together to get the number below. The 2 3s give you the 6. The 3 and 1 give you the 4. So you're going to have a 1 and then a 5. Those two guys there give you 10. Those two guys give you 10. That gives you another 5, and then your last 1. So the next row is the sixth row of Pascal's triangle. 1, 6, 15, 20. Then back down to 15, 6, and 1 again. And we want the first 4 rows. So those are your first 4 coefficients. All right? And so we have 1, 6, 15, and 20. And we're going to plug those things in and take a closer look at what the values are going to be. So the first thing is a 1 to the sixth power. Okay? You're taking that to that power, plus. You now only have 1 to the fifth. That's not anything that we're going to have to worry too much about. But then you've got this 2x to the first. Okay? This is decreasing while that's increasing. Well, again, 2x times 6 is 12x, so no big stretch right there. But now we're starting to get to the nitty-gritty. There's the fourth power, but we have a 2x, and that quantity is squared. Now, I'll bet you there's an option out there. If you forget to square 2 times 15 is 30, and guess what? They're so confident you're going to make that mistake, they've given you 2 choices there. But it's not a 2 times 15. It's a 2 squared times 15, or a 4 x squared times 15. If you can at least get there, my people, 15 times 4, that's equal to 60. You're done. You don't even have to go any further. Yes, they want you to do the first 4 terms, but the only one that is right so far is that last one. 15 times 4 is 60, so therefore that's the only option you have there. When you look at the next one, we already looked at the fifth row of Pascal's triangle, 1, 5, 10, 10, 5, 1. When you're basically looking at an x and a y with no numbers that kind of go in there, 1, 5, 10, 10, 5, 1, the only one that has those in there in the expansion is answer D. And so if you don't have Pascal's triangle in your brain memorized, and to be honest, it's one of those things that I think it's pointless to put the time into memorization when you can just build it to whatever degree you want. And I have it in my brain up until probably down to the fifth, but it was useful for me to be able to build it to get down to that sixth row. So utilize that as much as you can.